Here's a man living for God.
Amen.
He ain't got nothing. He ain't got nothing. His three friends show up. And the first one says, they don't talk to him, you know, because they're stupid. Don't you hate stupid friends? Some people, I mean, they got stupid friends. Plain stupid. They don't know what to say. And the only thing they can do is accuse you. It's your fault. And the first friend says, we'll pick on George. He says, I'll tell you what the problem is, Job. My buddy, my friend, you've been robbing the people. That's why you're so rich. That's why you were so rich, you were robbing the people. And his second buddy says, no. I tell you why God's doing all this to you. It's because you was worshiping idols. That's what you was doing. You was worshiping idols. I mean, they playing. Well, and these are his friends. Did you know the best people in the world are church people? You know the worst people in the world are church people? They have no idea. There's a bet going on. None. Job don't even know it. You know what Job says? I wish I was dead. I wish I'd never been born. And God shows up and says, well, were you there when I made everything? I made the trees and the grass and the hills and the mountains, the sky. Were you there? And then God tells him, friends, you better have Job pray for you. Here's a man that's in balls and has no money. Grieving over his 10 children that are dead. He says, you better pray. And this preacher has to pray for his friends that have accused him. They call that, what is it? Swallowing your pride. Ain't that our subject? You better swallow your pride. You better go ahead and pray.
Amen. Amen.
God said, told the devil, leave him alone. I'm going to bless him now. I'm going to give him more children. Everybody's going to give him a piece of gold. He's going to be richer than he's ever been. He's going to have more cattle, more everything. I'm going to bless him beyond. Poor Mrs. Job. I mean, she done had 10 children. Now she's going to have 14 more. That's what you get for cursing me. I'm going to keep you pregnant. I'm going to keep you pregnant. What do you think about that? Pride. Pride. Why'd God do that? Job didn't realize it, but God had this thing called the Bible. And he was writing a book. And he was going to put Job's story in there. And Job had no idea that was the reason. He didn't realize it until he got to heaven. So that others, when they get into problems and they didn't do nothing, they were just trying to do right. And then life brings them hardship after hardship after hardship. We can read about Job in his faith. The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. Blessed be the name of
Amen.
the Lord. I give you one more. Jesus is hanging on the cross between two thieves. He's been beat, doesn't look like a man. They ripped out his beard, they beat his back, his bones are staring out. Can you imagine your bones staring out at you? You can look down and you can see your bones. He's hanging between these two things. These two thieves are cussing him out. Everybody's cussing him out. Finally, one says to the other, he said, "Hey, shut up!" To the other thief. This man ain't done nothing wrong. And you know he wasn't Baptist, because he said the wrong prayer. He said, "Lord, would you remember me when you get in your kingdom?" See, it's not the words that matter, it's what's coming from your heart. Would you remember me?
Amen.
And the Lord Jesus Christ thought so much about that prayer that he said, today, Mr. Thief, you're going to be with me in paradise. And you ain't going to purgatory.
Amen.
And you ain't going to have to suffer for your sins. When you die, you're going to be with me in paradise. Paradise sounds pretty good to me.
Amen.
And he hung on that cross. And he said, "Lord, it is finished." He bowed his head and he died. Darkness came. The temple was torn in half. The dead rose up. Here comes your aunt sitting beside you while you're having your lunch, saying, "You need to get born again, son. The Messiah has just died. And if you don't get saved, you're going to die and go to hell." How'd you like to have that happen to you? Your dead family member sitting right beside you. You look pretty good, Uncle. I mean, you know, for 150 years old, I mean, you look pretty good. I mean, you know. The reason we celebrate Easter is because God could have chose many other ways for salvation. But he chose one way and one way only. And that was death for man's sins. Past, present, future. My great-great-grandchildren that I've never seen have not been born will get saved by the same blood of Christ. He died for all sins. I don't understand it. You got to be grateful I ain't God, because I would not do that. But he was. And that thief had to swallow his pride after cussing out the Savior. Here you are cussing a man out with every cuss word that you can think of. Every cuss word that you can think, the anger and the hatred. Now, what does God say? You don't swallow your pride? One man did. He gets to go to paradise. The other one said, "When you be God, get us out of here." You know? I'm making a highway and a doorway swallow their pride and say, God, save an old wretched sinner like me. God, forgive me of all the past things, and I want to serve you from now on. And Lord, you know there's things I still enjoy. You know there's still sins that I enjoy. Lord, you know all of my life. You got to be truthful with God. You got to be truthful with God. You got to tell Him, I like to do these things. Would you please remove them from me? I won't go ahead. And I want to be as sincere as a thief on the cross. I want to hear more from you when you die. When I die, I get to go to heaven. It takes a man to swallow his pride. It takes a man to admit, I am wrong. All my ways and all my thinking and all my religious ways. I told a lady, I said, lady, you know more Bible than I do. So the problem is, you don't know God.